Well, JP, welcome. Thanks for having me out. How are you today?
Doing well. It's a beautiful day outside, I had to say that.
Yeah, nice, a lot of sunshine. Good for hemp, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about yourself and what you're doing, man.
All right, so like I said, I'm J P Cisco. I'm a founder of Happy Hemp Farmacy. There's four of us guys. We all have really unique skill set, and we all kind of came together to start this company up, backed by our community, our family, our friends. So I've seen tremendous amount of support and backing from, a lot of people in Chattanooga, including a lot of businesses. So basically how it started is quite a bit ago, about 2 years ago, how I got introduced into CBD was my uncle. And I've told this story a couple times. My uncle had 3 back surgeries, and he was on opioids and prescribed. He was disabled, and he had seen a lot of his friends go down the wrong path, even at an older age. With that, because you know how addictive it is.
Right.
So he went down to the local vape shop in Lookout Valley, actually, Tribal Vapors. So
I know that's it.
Yeah. And they were one of the first shops here in Chattanooga to start offering CBD, and he had just heard through the grapevine that it could help. So he started buying it, purchasing it. I think he was getting around 1,500 milligrams, and he started talking to me about it. It was like, you won't believe it, like, it's really helping. And over about a year and a half period, he's off opioids with 3 back surgeries.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I got an uncle who's the same way, back surgeries and all that, and I know some other people. I think a lot of people think that it's just fake. It's just a way to try to get marijuana legalized, that it's not actually medicine, because they're still from the Prohibition, Reefer Madness era, that in their mind is just like. So to see someone open to it, actually go out and try it, not only try it, but get good results, that's great, man.
Yeah.
You got to kind of be an open-minded person in this generation just to even want to try something like that,
Yep.
Or desperate, one of the two, which
Right.
I think a lot of people are, because the opioids are pretty hideous.
I think that's kind of where it was for him, is he had a friend that took the wrong route that was close to him and didn't end up making it, and he just wanted a way out and was looking for different solutions, and CBD ended up being it. So, it's an exciting story to tell people, because that's my uncle.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just some Joe Smo on the street or something that someone else told me. Like, I'm seeing it and witnessing it.
I'm sure he's excited about what you're doing.
Yeah. He's super excited. He's going to be helping out a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Just when he can get out, he wants to help in any way.
It's therapeutic in other ways, too.
Yeah.
The growing aspect is really cool.
Yep.
Which y'all are going to be doing, right?
Yep. So one thing that makes us unique at Happy Hemp Farmacy is transparency. So we're going to be growing. We have 2 10-acre plots, and then we also are approved and licensed to the Tennessee Department of Ag to grow on 2 indoor locations as well. My brother, his name's Joshua Cisco. He's a chemical engineer graduate from Tennessee Tech.
Nice.
So he is planning and going to be head of operations for the processing and extraction. So,
did he go to Tennessee Tech with the idea of marijuana in mind, or
no.
just what he enjoyed?
He enjoyed chemistry, and enjoys engineering.
Yeah.
Just the fundamentals of it, really. And he is smart, very smart. So I'm super excited to be working with my brother.
Tennessee boys don't get enough credit for being smart.
Yeah, no, I'm just super excited to work with him. The guy is next level smart. So he's going to be doing and working with our processing for the oils. We're going to be doing a short path white film distillation. So he's mocking up the whole process, the costs, creating batch control documents, good manufacturing practices. We're both very inept in that. And then we have Nick Shipley and Dominique Ratliff. They have extensive farming in the medicinal marijuana field, both in Michigan for Nick and then in California for Dominique. So what's really cool about us is we have 4 unique skill sets. And then I didn't really mention my skill set. My skill set is consumer healthcare. Mm-hmm. So I have worked for a large consumer healthcare company for the last 3 years. Just largely got bought out by a large pharmaceutical company. So at that point when that happened, I've made the decision to walk away because of knowing what this pharmaceutical company has done to individuals, price hikes on prescription medication, things like that. I don't want to name any names.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
But, so...
Call them out.
Yeah, no. So it's just, I have an extensive background in, marketing, supply chain, FDA labeling, good manufacturing practices. I have a degree in supply chain management from University of Tennessee.
Yeah, and y'all seem to have done a huge amount of work just to get you to where you are right now.
Yeah.
I mean, filing the licenses, getting the plan together, it's not an easy task.
No, it's not. And a lot of people are supporting us, but there's also people that have not. So we actually, one thing to note is one of our properties that we applied for and were approved through the Department of Ag, the property owner, after we, paid the $300 fee, the property owner decided to send us a text message saying that they talked with their lawyer, they did some research, and they don't feel comfortable with us growing hemp on their property after we had already been approved.
Fully legal.
Fully legal.
Yeah.
I sent them a message like, hey, we have lawyers too, and we understand where you're coming from, but we are licensed to the state. It's now federally legal through the Farm Bill, right? So what's your worry? I'd love to meet with you and talk to you and figure out what's going on. Basically got a short message back. We don't feel the need to meet with you. We don't feel the need to move anything further, along any further. Thank you for your time. That's it. Lost it. So that was tough because we had been planning for that spot for the last 5 months.
Yeah.
I mean, really. We wanted to get soil tests. We wanted to make sure we get approved there before we sign, any lease, anything like that, because, if we sign a lease and we don't get approved and the soil tests don't come back correct, then we're screwed at that point. So we wanted to make sure we were in good standing by waiting that long. I don't know. I just feel like she got scared or like someone spooked her.
Yeah.
But I was trying to tell her, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. People are going to come out and test it. You're not growing straight up pot out there. And
I really, it's unfortunate, but we moved past it.
Yeah.
That's trials and tribulations, but there's so many people that want to help us as well. Like, the building we're in right now, we got an investor that's going to help us out and let us grow here and do our processing here. One of the biggest hurdles right now we're seeing is the cost for the processing equipment. So, there's no traditional funding.
Right.
So you can't get any loans, you can't get a credit card, you can't get any backing. So the only way to buy that equipment, lab equipment is pretty expensive, is cash.
Right.
So we're trying to find investors to help fund our equipment for our lab. And that's really where we're at right now. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be launching an Indiegogo campaign. So pretty much what that is you can pre-order our product knowing that we're going to be growing it, knowing that we're going to be processing it, which we will get that equipment. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be able to get this funding. But what that will do is that Indiegogo campaign will do is if you can buy our product pre-order, that'll help fund our equipment.
Right.
So that's what we're going to be launching that mid-April.
And keep me posted on that.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear more and share all that.
Yeah.
Because, the Chattanooga community is not only wanted Chattanooga growers and extractors, but there's the support here. It's really something people like seeing happen,
Yeah.
I know I'm excited. I look around this space right here and I think, man, y'all got something going on, man. It's great.
Our team we're just all ready and we're all eager to be successful. We got some good heads on us. We are young, but we have experience. We understand the community. All of us were raised here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so that kind of brings it. But all of us have, lived outside, and we came back.
Yeah.
Dom lived in Cali. I lived in Cali. Nick lived in Michigan. Josh is the only one that he just lived in Cookeville, Tennessee. But, and he came back to Chat. But everybody, you got to think, came back to Chattanooga. So that means something special's here.
Yeah.
So,
I remember I came back in 2008 maybe, straight from Berkeley, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was just like, oh my God, I don't even know how to begin to start talking to people about getting it here. So I backed off of it, but I'm glad there's been people like David Harrison and others out there that have been out there lobbying and getting things done, and now we got young entrepreneurs coming out, and it's definitely a younger field because it seems like the older heads are still
right. So that's our mission right now. Our mission is to educate. So as we're doing this grow, as we're processing, we don't have product now. We will in October. So it's just the build up and the education piece. We want to educate the Chattanooga community the difference in cannabis and what CBD can do to help people with different amounts of elements and different things like that. So our focus is to try to get out and get in. We're going to be at Eco Day, actually, which is presented by Chattanooga. It's going to be April 26th and 27th. We're going to be there, have a booth, and all we're going to be doing is educating people, like what CBD is, how it can help you, what the difference between, you have your cannabis plant, then you have your marijuana, then you have your hemp. What the difference is, and also what the laws are.
Yeah.
People don't understand. They just think cannabis and they think marijuana. So that old thinking has to be flipped.
right.
And that's going to be hard for the whole industry. And once we get there, then we'll start to flourish. But right now, everyone in the industry is just educating people, really. Especially the demographic, likely between 35 and 55, is really tough right now, just because they grew up in that state where it's bad.
Reagan.
And, yeah. So now that it's legal, it's like, wait, what? Like,
What's happening in all the states around us? Yeah.
Yeah. So funny story. Probably don't want to tell us, but Dom's grandma called him. Was like, so what's this? I hear you growing marijuana. He's like, no, Grandma, I'm growing hemp, and we're legal through the state of Tennessee and federally. So it's just pretty funny.
Yeah. How did she react after that?
She was like, well, I'm proud of you, I see you're doing something that can help people out, and it's great. So,
well, that's cool. I'm glad she came around on that. Yeah.
Like our family has definitely been supporting us, and it's I just feel the love of all the people around us, and Lindsay, my fiance, has supported us a lot. She did a lot of our artwork. She's an artist. We're gonna have some awesome packaging coming out. Simple, it's beautiful. We've been working with graphic designers on that. We want to launch that when we launch our Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see that. We won't have that product, but we'll have that packaging. So we'll have some good photography. We've actually also a guy named Brian Holden. You can find him on Instagram, Brian Holden Photographer.
Yeah, I need to talk to him sometime, actually, reach out to him.
Yeah, so he actually reached out to us and was like, hey, been following you guys, love what you're doing. I'm a photographer, I'm just getting into videography. Talented young guy, and he's helping us out by video. We're going to do short documentaries about what we're doing and how we're doing it. So he was there. We just were on the farm yesterday. I was interviewing both of the founders. He got some good video footage there, some drone footage. He's going to be at all of our stuff, just kind of documenting our way through. And he's doing this to really help us and then help him as well. But he's given us pretty much a phenomenal deal to where right now we're not paying him anything.
Right.
He's helping us, knowing that we can't really sell until the end of the year. So we kind of worked out a deal to where we pay him at the end, right? But we want to pay him because he's going to be doing great work for us.
Yeah, so much work is going into it, from the design for the brands, the packaging, and the videos. A lot of that's not even growing related, and it's just a ton of work that needs to be taking place and getting done.
Exactly. We're going to do we're going to be breaking ground on our first, really next weekend on our farm. Tilling, clearing out our lot, tilling. We're going to be burning a lot of the stuff that we're cutting down, create that nutrients back in into the soil. So the grow's up on us, and I'm confident Nick and Dom are going to take care of it, and that's how we've been able to do it. And what I've been telling them, if we have to divide and conquer, it's just 4 of us.
Yeah.
So it's
how many plants y'all looking at?
We're looking at 10 acres, so we're going to be looking at around 10,000 plants.
That is a huge amount of plants for 4 people.
Right. So that's where our community has came in to help us. We're cash strapped.
Yeah.
We're working to get some investors, and some people have just donated money to us, and then We're doing repayment plans, whatever we can do with people who have cash and want to invest in our company or invest in us as individuals to see us succeed is what we're looking for. I'm also an investor myself through what I've gained and through my career, and also what I've been able to do in the stock market. So I'm going to be investing a lot of my own money because I believe in what we're doing, and I think we have a phenomenal team to be able to succeed.
And I think that's the real American dream, not the house and the job with the income or salary or whatever, but the real American dream is to take your passion, your drive, start a business and go succeed, and that opportunity to start a business that you want. So
right.
Kudos to you, man. Way to go out there and hunt it down like a dog.
Yeah, I know. So I'm taking the leap. I actually yesterday put my 2 weeks notice in my job.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so I've been kind of in corporate America for a while, and it's not where I want to be.
Yeah.
And I've seen, it's just so, like, I could talk about it all day.
You sure you don't want suits and ties and urine tests and all that?
No, I want to be free outside on the land, working with good people, and that care and family.
Yeah.
Corporate America is just all about profits.
You get to break your back for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't mind working hard, but I want to see.
Hard work is fun. There's nothing wrong with hard work. It's just.
Yeah, I want to see that what I put in is what I'm gonna get out.
Yeah.
And that's part of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it my all.
You're definitely rolling the dice, and when it hits, which it will, you're gonna be looking better this time next year.
Yeah. We got a lot of work ahead of us, and one way we're gonna be able to do the amount of acres, we're looking at a drip system. So we're gonna create our own and our own drip system. My brother's working on that. We have a guy named Tyler Martelli. He's in landscape, and he's been doing irrigation for about 2 years now, and he's just going to donate his time to help us.
Do you have to bring water in, or you have water there?
So what's cool is the farm that we have in Hickson has it's already tapped as far as a well, because the cool story about the farm in Hickson is I like to tell this because it's phenomenal. So on Facebook, when I was first starting this up, I said, hey, anybody that has 5 or more, two or more acres, I believe I said, reach out to me, that you're not using it, or you want to use it, reach out to me. I had 5 or 6 people reach out to me, but this one stood out because her name's Kristen Swaney, and her daughter is mentally disabled. And her daughter actually, all this is true. I can't make this up. Her daughter, about 3 years ago, was having, I believe, about 12 seizures a day, like every day in and out. So Kristen couldn't work. About 2 years ago, they were looking for alternative options, couldn't find anything to work. They introduced CBD into her diet, and now she's looking at 2 a week.
Nice, that's huge.
And the research is there on seizures.
Yeah.
Like, it is proven that CBD can help and has helped multiple people with seizures. So if it can help with that, there's got to be more research on what else it can do for people. Now that we'll get some funding behind it. But anyway, so she reached out to me and she's like, CBD's helped me so much in my life. We have a 17-acre plot. Not all of it we can use. We got 5 acres that we can grow on, and this is my family farm. My dad and my grandpa lived off this farm, and I grew up living off this farm 20 years ago, and nothing's been done with it for 20 years. I want to see it go to something that is beneficial, will help people. It's like, I want to help you out. So we've worked out, quite a good deal to where she's going to be pretty much helping us the whole way, and letting us use her property, clear it out, things like that. But she reached out to us. We didn't even come to her.
Yeah.
And that's going to be one of our main properties. So,
that was just. I've looked for places to grow on too, and I don't know why I never thought of making a Facebook post. Hey, even that is just you're really scrapping everything you possibly can to make it happen. So man, good job.
Yeah.
But for her to be able to sit out there and work it and do that, and I think it's great. I like seeing kids work on hemp farms and things like that too. I think it's a good learning experience, just farming in general, and starting to understand how we're evolving as a society and our views on these plants. Because when you see the pot plant, as a plant in person growing, you realize it's a plant. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kill you. You know, it's a plant. You know what I'm saying? So that perspective adds a lot for a lot of people, I think, just to understand that it truly is just a plant. You know, well, not just a plant. It's a very special plant, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people. It's just that this is natural. People, like, it's growing from the dirt. It wasn't derived in a lab. It wasn't genetically modified or created through, you know, multiple lab testing and scientists. It was, you know, just raised from the ground. And then we're just extracting the oils out of the flower. You know, we're not introducing anything else.
Yeah.
Giving it nutrients, just like you would a tree. We're letting it grow. We're taking care of it, you know, tendering it, you know, with our care. And then we're just taking the oils out of the natural plant. So it's like, what's so bad about it?
Yeah.
That's what I try to, you know, that's that education piece. Like, I try to put it against alcohol and tobacco. Put them up against alcohol and tobacco and see who wins.
And nobody's claiming there's medical benefits of tobacco and cigarettes.
And the addiction and the, you know, there's multiple, you know, I grew up in AA with a family who had alcoholic abuse and went to multiple AA meetings with my dad. So it's like, alcohol is, people abuse it, it's addictive, people drink and drive, kill people every day, but CBD is looked at as this thing that, no, it's bad, but, you know, why is alcohol and tobacco, these are known addictive substances that are killing people every day.
Yeah, you know, when you were talking about the seizure thing, I was wondering what could be done, because I know when people start trying to get off of alcohol and other things, they experience seizures, and so if you could start maybe supplementing for people who are trying to quit alcohol, something to keep them from having those type of seizures, you know. So there's been some people to say, you know, I can't confirm a lot of these, but people say that it helps relieve the anxiety coming off of those addictions. That's what CBD helps most with. Yeah.
You know, you have those withdrawals, and it helps you relieve those withdrawals and relieve that anxiety. So people are using CBD to come off of addictive drugs and things like that. So I mean, that's just what I've heard and I've seen. But again, a lot of people are looking for that scientific research.
Yeah,
we want to see it. That's going to come out. Once now that it's federally legal, we'll have some funding, you know, at universities, things like that. I think Berkeley's doing some stuff right now too.
Yeah, I actually saw something today that Tennessee State University has some CBD going on out there. I don't know anything more about it other than just that they have it there. So
yeah, the people are even universities are starting to see that there's a benefit to even learning and beginning to teach and have professors on it. I think Berkeley introduced a specific major or something for it.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I know they got plenty of biology degrees, and I don't have any doubt that people in Berkeley are right on the cusp of everything there.
Right. So if we can wrap it back a little bit about Happy Hemp Farmacy.
Yeah, of course.
And what makes us different, you know, is our transparency. So we want to be third-party lab tested every step of the way. So from our bud to our extraction to our actual tinctures. So what you're missing in most tinctures is they test it before the tincture, but not after it's put in the tincture. So a lot of articles are coming out now that they're testing tinctures off the shelf that say 1,500 milligrams, that there's only 35 milligrams CBD in this whole tincture. Mm-hmm. So a lot of companies are trying to make money by not testing that and not putting the CBD in there, because that's the most expensive part, right? You know, people, you know, like, why is it so expensive? But, you know, we're growing it. There's no pesticides. You can't use traditional ways to grow. You got to take a lot of care of these flowers, and Yeah. And in the extraction process, super expensive. You know, the equipment alone, we're looking at around $50,000. just for the equipment, and that's not even our first batch or anything.
Yeah.
So it is expensive. So for people to pay for 1,500 milligram and only get 35 milligrams, it's just, I can't believe people are doing that.
The industry standard's just not there.
Which those type of people are what's going to cause the FDA to come in and cut down on most of these requirements. But what we hope to do and what we will be doing is, we'll be creating batch control, good manufacturing practices, within our lab, and then we'll be testing our actual oil that comes out and then our actual tinctures. So you'll be able to verify the content in those tinctures per batch.
Nice.
Which will be on our website, which is www.happyhempfarmacy.com.
Which you're going to be doing a lot of sales through there.
Yeah, so we're trying to tackle the e-commerce. We can ship direct to consumer, direct to your house. We also want to get in retail.
I think that people like my mother who don't like going into head shops and doing stuff like that.
So. People that don't want to be seen. Still, I get so many things that I can't be associated with it because of my work. Yeah. Because it's still associated with marijuana. Well, there's no THC in ours. We're going to be able to extract all that out. Based off the distillation method we'll be doing. So it's like, it's just the negative connotation that corporations are still seeing in it. I've had multiple people, I've asked them, hey, will you mind posting about us to help us, gain traction? And they're like, I'm sorry, I wish I could. I've talked to my boss, I've talked to my company, they don't feel like it's the best thing for me to do to post about a hemp company. And it's just still that negative connotation, but we'll get there.
Like the ads that were pulled for Super Bowl and all that stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a lot of still. I think give it 2-3 years.
We're definitely on the wave of change right now. And then, like I said, this is your first year out. Yeah. This is basically a lot of people's first year coming out or second year, still trying to get the hang of it and figure it out. And you have a good group of people, you said, that have got some background and experience, but I think that's going to be one of the big things as we come out of the dark ages of cannabis, is people actually learning and figuring it out. And so thank you for going out there and actually providing insight and knowledge to people who just don't know. So, yeah.
No problem. That's one of our missions, because there are a lot of people out there that this could help that just aren't educated in the benefits and the difference. Yeah. So it's just letting them know that, this could help you. I can't guarantee it, but it could help some of your elements that you're seeing. Try it, right? A lot of people are just not trying it just because of the negative connotation, but that's why we want to get out in our community, especially the Chattanooga community. We were at Bitter Alibi a couple of days ago. We're trying to get in any event that we can be in. We got a booth set up, which is really nice. We're selling right now our gear, Happy Hemp Farmacy swag, our t-shirts, hats, stickers, patches, just to help bring in cash for our farm so we can, pay for a lot of our nutrients, our greenhouses, things like that. And then that Indiegogo campaign, I think, will help us out tremendously to help fund that because, we are young. We don't have necessarily the cash laying around, so it's just grinding and doing everything that we can and getting support of our community to help us and back us with either volunteering, helping, or knowing that in the long term, if we do this right, we can pay you later. So people have been willing to help, and they see the movement. Yeah. So we're trying to just have a huge Happy Hemp community and build the buzz right now of what we're doing and how we're doing it different. Most people that you see are just buying the wholesale CBD oil from Joe Schmo in Kentucky.
Yeah, and then a lot of flour coming from Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon. So they're just buying the wholesale distillate. You don't really know who's growing it. It's tested probably, but you don't know how much is in the tincture because the tincture is not tested. So there's just a lot of transparency that's not there. Yeah. And that's what we want to do. We want to educate our customer and let them know everything. We're going to have some good videography coming out by Brian here soon, and he's going to document the whole way so people can see it. We want you to see us. Yeah. Know us. That's what we've done a lot on our Instagram is say, you know, who our team members are, why they're excited to be here. If you follow us
Yeah,
on
I've actually
Happy
looked at
Hemp
that,
Farmacy. So we want people to know who we are and create an emotional backing. Like, we are good people. We are doing it for the right reasons, and we're doing it holistically. We're farming it, we're processing it, and we're going to retail it under Happy Hemp, you know, Pharmacy brand.
Well, it sounds like a great product. I'm glad to see locals doing it. The community can be involved to get to know you. It's not just some big corporation out here growing it and just. So I wish you good luck, man. I think we've looking forward to seeing everything that you do.
I appreciate it. Hopefully we can work together too, you know.
Yeah, nice. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about for you? All right, cool.
That's good.
I thought we pretty much wrapped it up and got it done.
Yeah, I
man.
thought that was good. A good way to end it.
Yeah.